The power of acceptance. Maybe you've heard this phrase before, maybe you haven't. Well, let me give you some scenarios that will probably sound pretty familiar to you. Your kid is sick unexpectedly this week, so it's shifting the day, shifting the schedule of the week. Maybe you got laid off from your job, so you're stressed and anxious about that. Or your friend's not talking to you, so it's stressing you out. You're not sure what's going to happen. Your finances are tight. Your car broke down. You're angry about situations going on in our society or going on in the world. You're irritated about your health issues because things came up unexpectedly. It's throwing off your week. Maybe it's throwing off the next month. Or your schedule's extra full and you're not used to that. So you're kind of stressed and overwhelmed about what's the week going to look like. So wherever you find yourself, acceptance is a great tool, is a powerful tool, in fact, to help you work through those scenarios. Let me give you some examples from my world. All right, so right now, my almost 20-month-old is teething. For those of you parents listening, you're like, aha, I remember. Or maybe you're in it right now, okay? So teething, it's not a fun situation, right, for the little one or the family, right? Because the little one's, he's upset, he's struggling, he's in pain. So either I can accept that my son is going through teething right now, or I can be stressed, overwhelmed, maybe even annoyed or impatient. And that's honestly something I've had to be mindful of in the last week and a half. I realize I've been a little more I've been complaining more. I've been not having a great attitude, and I've needed to change it to, you know what? I accept that my son is going through teething right now. It will pass and everything will be okay. So those are some reminders that I've had to do. Or let's say for those of you parents as well, who are listening, your kids are not listening to you. Your kids are not respecting what you're saying, not listening the first time. I can either be impatient when that happens, or I can accept in the day that there will probably be a point or two or more where they don't listen because they're in a growth process. They're learning boundaries. They're learning how to listen. They're learning the difference between right and wrong. So in the times that I'm getting impatient, the times I'm not responding in the most loving way I want to, there is a correlation at times to I'm not accepting that there's going to be times they don't listen. Or also my health issues. For those of you who've listened to previous videos, the health issues I've been through, it can throw off my day in ways that I don't expect. I've had to learn to come to a place of acceptance. So even recently, I've had a couple nights where I just have not slept well. So either I wake up and I have a complaining heart, and I'm irritated. Oh man, I'm just not going to have energy today. I'm not going to be at my best. Or I accept, you know what? I didn't get a good sleep, but what can I do to make this day even better? What can I do to make up for maybe some things that are not going to be the best that they could be? But how could I still enjoy the day, be grateful, and thankful? So here comes the other piece. So acceptance doesn't mean you don't do anything. Acceptance means that's the first stage you start with of I accept this has happened and I'm going to now focus on what steps I can do to maybe change a situation. So let's say my health. I can take some steps in the day to make my day better and to be more mindful and to be aware of myself and my mindset and be thankful that, hey, you know what? I still get to go to work today. Hey, I have a great relationship with my kids. I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful I got a car that works, right? There's a lot of things I can be thankful for. So acceptance helps bring an opportunity to then focus on what you can control and then be thankful in the process. And the last part of that is giving it to Jesus. Or you can set it on a shelf. But I take the step of giving it to Jesus because I want to give him the situation and the parts that I can't control, and I just got to let go of them. So in my life, I've had friendship challenges like I'm sure all of us had relationally. So what do I do about it? Well, I focus on what I accept situations that have happened and my actions, and then focus on what I can control, what can I rectify, and then give the rest to God because I can't control people. So giving it to God is entrusting the situation to him, not just saying, God, take it. It's giving it to him, trusting him, and giving the burden to him to carry it for you and carry it with you. And then you can walk throughout the day with a lot less burden on your heart and on your mind. So for those of you listening, what do you need to accept today? What do you need to acknowledge? Maybe you've been facing something recently that you need to actually just accept and recognize, you know what? This is my situation right now. Again, not that it doesn't change and not that you can't make steps to change, but you start with accepting so it keeps your heart in a place of not complaining, not falling into negativity, but opening yourself up to take practical steps and then to be in a place of gratefulness, thankfulness, and handing it over to Jesus and trusting His grace and His empowerment to help you walk through it. And then even entrusting yourself to others to walk with you in it. So what do you need to accept today? I hope this brings up some great things for you to think about. Have an awesome week.